Alrighty, guys. Well, there. How's that one look? Came all the way 2.5 hour drive to Swift Current Dodge because the kid bought a truck and you just got a quick glimpse of her. So, and yes, mine is all fixed up. There was really nothing wrong outside of the thermostat for the trans was failed. We had one oil supply line that was slightly collapsed and slightly collapsed oil line, so that was restricting flow, and then the rads up front were very plugged. So we upgraded the oil lines, we upgraded to a high performance thermostat, did a full transmission flush. Oil is all changed out, new oil, new filters, full rad flushing on all the rads. And coming here today, well, by this thing, see my transmission? That's what it was driving here. She's a 2.5 hour drive and it never went over 120. Yes, I'm empty, but normally my truck would be sitting at about 168, 169. That was from brand new. So now I get to go home because my job is done. I gave Dylan a ride here to pick up his truck. So we'll see you guys later. How's you going, guys and gals and all you little kiddos? Yep, picking bales. Went Swift Current like you guys saw yesterday. Got home, hooked the big old Dodge to the Goose to test it as far as under heavy load. And when you got 17 bales on the trailer at 1,500 pounds average, or 1,475 to 1,500, that's a pretty good load. 17 bales on there. So yesterday she got up to 175 for trans temp. So that's still in the cold situation. So, and CP doesn't know what she's doing because she's just driving and she doesn't need to. Anyways, we did 4 loads out of this field yesterday. We basically got another 4 to do today, and this field will be done. So this morning, it's after lunch now. It's like 1:30 or so, maybe even pushing the 2 o'clock bell arena time. Anyway, yeah, did a few things around this morning, around the yard, and finally got out of here. So that's load number 1 right there. I guess that's a pretty good load. So we'll get this sucker home, get her unloaded, and come back for another one because we got all those out there to get. All that. So yeah, talk to you guys later. About a load and a half left. There's another big one. Peanut, what are you doing?
In the back.
Damn dog.
She's my pilot.
Your pilot?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we'll let you believe that.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, the hay yard is filling up. I'll bring you guys back when we get to the yard. So basically, I'm making my rows 15 bales deep. So we got 5, 7, 8. Then over here, that's the horse hay. And then from this row right here, because there's nothing there, it's just a gap. From this row, going this way, it'll all be cow feed. I'll try to do a little bit of a video unloading, but I don't know how well that's gonna work, guys. That there. Anywho, I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll talk to y'all later. Last bale for this field. Alrighty, we're out of here. Off to the next field. Something I want to talk about here for a quick sec, guys. So CP was just telling me about, he's a 78-year-old farmer. She saw this on a news blog on her phone, I guess. 78-year-old farmer just got fined $3,500 or 3,500 pounds because he's from Swaznia, Britain, I believe, for having his granddaughter in the tractor cab with him as he fed some cows or was doing farm work. Like, what the hell is this world coming to? So now you cannot have your grandchild or your own personal child in the tractor cab with you. I know they're trying to implement some friggin' OH&S bullshit on farmers here in Canada too, and it's friggin' nuts, but I could understand it a little bit if this farmer had this little girl. It was an open station tractor and she was riding on the fender of the tractor, you know, something like that. That's kind of dangerous. Anybody of my day and age, like, I remember riding on the friggin' fender of the tractor. Hell, I remember jumping on and off of the tractor and my father didn't even stop. Like, we were picking small square bales, and with the old pull type New Holland picker, 1033 picker, you would, if the bales weren't good and tight and heavy enough, they would on the first table, they would just sit there and the chain would rip them apart and they wouldn't move across. So you had to give them a shove down, and that would trip the table, so they would go up to the next table, so on and so forth. Anyways, that's just how we operated. And trust me, you did not want to trip, because you were in between the friggin' table and in between the friggin' tractor, in between the machine and the tractor. So if you tripped, you more or less got run over. But I don't have to explain to you how many times I got run over, because if I got run over by a friggin' 105 bale wagon, I probably wouldn't be here. But this farmer, he was out by the picture. It's in the winter time, so I'm guessing he's feeding cows or feeding sheep or something like that. And this little girl and this farmer are inside the cab of a tractor. And he got a notice, a prohibition notice from the SHE or Safety Health, I don't know what the hell it stands for. Anyways, back in 2020, and then in the winter of 2024, a neighbor of his took a video of him with his granddaughter in the tractor and sent it off to the Agriculture Safety Committee, basically is what it barrels down to. And they came by and they friggin' fined him. He went to court. He got 3,500 pounds. And what that equates to in Canadian dollars, I have no friggin' idea. But I'm pretty sure the British pound is worth a lot more than a Canadian dollar. So, anyways, plus he got 28 days of like a community service where he actually has to go to rehab and learn how to friggin' raise his granddaughter without her being on the friggin' tractor. Is that friggin' bullshit or what? Anyway, I know if it was me and my granddaughter was in my tractor and those guys came to my place and gave me a fine, one, I'd be hunting down my fucking neighbor and I'd be beating him with a 2x4 stick. And two, I would fight this to the bitter end. So, just my own personal view. You know, that's what made this country. Those old timers, 78-year-old guys and older, that's what made this country. Not just here, but in Britain, in the USA, in France. Like, if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't have farmers, and a lot of us wouldn't even be here today. This is freaking bullshit is what it is. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Comment on this little news blurb. I guess you could try and search it out. Farmer gets fined 3,500 pounds in Swaznia, Britain. Talk to y'all later. How's she going this morning, guys? The wind is up here, blowing about 40, 45, gusting 40, 45. But I just got these guys. So, a neighbor of ours made some bales, and he kind of was thinking it might have been a little too soon to be baling. And yeah, it was too soon. And he's got a fucking applicator, and he was pouring the juice to them to keep them from molding. It's a high moisture inoculant for hay preservative. But he was afraid they would friggin' light up on fire before he could sell them or move them, and they were too wet. And he wasn't sure how much inoculant or whatever the hell you call that stuff, preservative, I guess, how well it would work in extremely wet conditions. So we ended up buying 38 of these bales, and I told him, well, if they start heating up too bad on me, I'll just he delivered them. And I said, I'll just freaking start feeding them. Feed a bale every second day or third day. So yeah. So we ended up buying bales when I'm selling bales. Go figure, right? But these are high moisture bales that I intend to use for myself. And if that inoculant does work, then I could use these bales for the calves this fall when we wean. It's kind of my plan. I could do some inquiries and maybe they've been 3 days now already, so if I could find a bale wrapper, maybe I should wrap them. I don't know. I'll make some inquiries and talk to a couple of guys. I know one guy that's not too far away, and he's always said I can use his wrapper. I could rent the wrapper if I want. So it's only 38 bales, though. It's not like it's a shitload, right? Anyways, I'll let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. You know, guys, it's hard to find good help. She's always on her phone.
What?
You are.
Really? What are you doing?
Always. I'm unloading the bales, and generally what we do, we grab a bale, grab the bales, pull the top row off, and as I pull the one bale off the close side, I push the bale on the far side off, and then CP can just drive ahead instead of me driving around the freaking trailer with the Bobcat. And she knows this. I'm sitting there waiting for her to move. Finally, I just drive up beside the truck and I like, what are you doing? And she's sitting there, head down, looking at her phone.
Someone's truck got stolen in Moose Jaw.
Yeah, somebody's truck got stolen in Moose Jaw. Well,
I believe from Johnstone's auction mart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's important.
It's important. No, you're right. But how many times did it happen today out in the field? A few. Good thing I don't pay high wages. That minimum wage pay just dropped. Hey, you get paid well. Roof over your head, food on your table.
No, you get food on your table. I feed you well.
You do feed me well. It shows, too. Anywho, the green feed field that we started on, when we get to the fields, I'll show you guys. But we got all the bales picked off that, and we are into our first year hay. And these guys are going, they just fired up, like literally here maybe 20 minutes ago. So 2 machines rocking and rolling.
Lunch?
What's for lunch? Leftover pizza.
Oh.
No? I can run into his field, grab some freaking grain and make some of that wheat and make you puff wheat. Or do you want organic wheat? Because we got some of that over there. No? But yeah, so it's obviously dry enough that these guys are going. Our barley, I'm sure I could probably go, but I'm going to give it until tomorrow, and we'll run a test on it tomorrow. Today we'll just pick bales. Right?
Yep.
Yep. Get the bales picked. Worst case scenario, if we don't get the barley combined, we could just turn the cows loose on it, let them get fat, swath graze.
They're too picky.
They get
They
into
would
that.
look at you and go, "You want me to pick through that? That's work."
They get into those swaths. They would be like, oh yeah, but then they get bored of it after a while. But if you leave it until there's snow on the ground, they'll eat it.
Your cows won't. That's too much work.
My cows. What about your cows?
Leave my cows out.
No
of this.
comment. Alrighty, let's get our asses to the field. Talk to you guys later. So if you guys remember back, that was at oats, and it was just a nightmare of a field. I was ripping belts out constantly. It only yielded like 60 bales on 45 acres. It was fairly yellow, but the bales are all picked off of there. This field, this is the first year we've cut this field. It was seeded last year, and we've got like 78 on this piece to pick. So yeah, we're nibbling her down little by little. Because the fields are so damn soft, I'm actually only picking 12 bales at a time versus 17. Basically, yeah, just 12. So, and that's good enough. We're not that far from home. We are literally like a mile and a half, mile and 3/4. So it's no big deal. Anywho, we'll work at getting these some more picked off here, and we'll bring you guys back later. I have no idea where she's going. Okay, we're going over here. All right, talk to you guys later.